Folks, in these uncertain times of plague, societal instability, and rising unemployment, it's more important than ever to keep your living situation under control, which is why Night Beast Industries is proud to introduce the new Roommate. The Night Beast Industries Roommate takes over when your current roommate dies, loses their job, or is otherwise unable to fulfill their roommate responsibilities. The Night Beast Industries Roommate fills the traditional roommate role necessary for any awkward living situation, including piling dishes in the sink, paying bills late, and eating your clearly marked food. All of this without the hassle of finding an actual human being. Just unpack your new Night Beast Industries Roommate from the patented wooden crate and perform the 17-step initialization process, then watch as your Night Beast Industries Roommate spends all day watching television. While you slave away working 3 jobs or waste time preparing for yet another failed interview, the Night Beast Industries Roommate will flirt with your spouse or partner, rummage through your room, and even forget to pay their share of the rent. Go to bit.ly/Nightbeast to find out more about the new Night Beast Industries Roommate, or speak with your local Night Beast Industries representative to order yours today. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, we're gonna talk about a real stinker of a movie tonight. We're gonna talk about churning milk to make it butter. We're gonna talk about the dangers of not wearing a belt. We're gonna talk about God's plan for all of us. Tonight, we're gonna talk about Buttcrack, brothers and sisters. So let me hear you say amen.
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 Let me hear you say amen.
Amen.
Let me hear you say B-Movie Mania.
Amen. Crack Mania.
Welcome to the crossroads of camp, the bastion of the bizarre, the place where low budgets meet high praise. Yes, it's B-Movie Mania. And now, B-Movie Maniacs, here are your hosts, the cream of the crap, the connoisseurs of cult, your cinematic creepy uncles, Paul Brooks, Mike Hayes, Jason Huls, and crazy Chris Hutson.
Welcome, brothers and sisters in low-budget film. I'm your host, Brother Chris Hutson, and with me tonight is Brother Mike Hayes.
Brother, I am ready to get it on with the Lord.
All right. With me tonight is Brother Jason Huls.
Let my love burn you up. Let my love burn you up.
And with us tonight, as always, is Brother Paul Ass Brooks.
Nah, gonna have a good time.
God damn it.
Turn the milk and make it butter. Turn the milk and make it
We
butter.
watched Sling Blade, and this is B-Movie Mania.
No, we watched Buttcrack.
Buttcrack?
A Troma film from 1998. Buttcrack. I know we haven't really done a lot of Troma stuff on here, but I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that Troma was behind this one.
Were you?
Is that true? I feel like we have.
Were you pleasantly surprised to see the Troma label?
I think we've only done one other Troma movie, and that one has been a highlight of my tenure on this podcast.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So, Buttcrack, directed by Jim Larson, who hasn't really done a lot. Stars Doug Siskowski. I hope I'm saying that right. He hasn't done much in the movie industry, but he does have a PhD in nuclear physics, according to IMDb. So that's
Are we talking about the singer of Offspring?
No, that's Dexter Holland.
I thought that's...
Not Doug Siskowski.
Wait, so he has
Okay.
what did you say he has a degree in?
Apparently he has a PhD in nuclear physics.
And he's doing this? He just had a passion for butt crack.
Is he the ultimate butt crack, or is he someone else in the movie?
No, he's the main. He's Brian, the main guy. I assume it was either to pay his way through school. He either had to do butt crack or stripping. The choice was clear.
He made the wrong choice.
All right. Well, it also stars Caleb Kreischer as Wade, also the titular Buttcrack.
Who's gone on to do many films and have a wonderful career.
Is that true?
But it also stars musician Mojo Nixon as Preacher Man Bob.
awesome.
I don't know who that is.
Wesley Willis has a song about him.
Yeah,
Paul, come
I was going
on.
to say, Paul, that's one thing that we have in common with Mojo Nixon is that Wesley Willis wrote a song about us.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean much. Wesley wrote a song about Carrie's sugar-free syrup, so I mean...
I think Mojo
Yeah.
Nixon is also famous. I mean, Wesley Willis, bless his heart, was famous in some way, but the Dead Milkmen also mentioned him in their
yeah,
biggest
that's
hit
right,
as
that's
well.
true.
So I feel that's maybe where the people know his name a lot as well, but not know who he is.
We asked for Mojo Nixon, they said he don't work here. We said if you don't got Mojo Nixon, then your store could use some fixing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure our fans probably know him from Tie My Pecker to My Leg.
And how does that go?
Tie my pecker to my leg, tie my pecker to my
There you
leg.
go. There it is.
Fantastic, like an angel singing.
I'm just channeling Buttcrack.
Yeah, oh, by the way, can I just get this out of the way up front? Let's do a little drinking rules right here.
Drinking rules.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that soundbite in so long. We rarely do it, and it felt
Yeah, it's
real good hearing
It's nice
it.
to
Paul,
hear.
what do you got?
It's easy. Drink every time someone says Buttcrack.
Or how about if there's a butt crack on screen?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Anytime there is butt crack, said or dead, you gotta drink.
And you'll be good to go.
Yeah, you'll be good to go to the afterlife.
Yeah.
And you'll need your sister to bring you back because you're going to die if you follow that rule.
Yeah.
And it's a short movie.
And it's barely an hour long. It's an hour and 5 minutes?
7, I think.
I mean, it's actually shorter than this episode of the podcast.
Yes. We're going to make it happen.
2 hours. Let's do it.
We're gonna do it. Let's go.
No.
Butt crack. 2 hours episode. It's our Gone with the Wind episode right here. That's
The
what this
epic
is.
long B-Movie Mania podcast episode.
No!
Butt crack.
Nah, nah, nah.
As God is my witness, I will never butt crack again. I think there's only 2 of us here that have seen Gone with the Wind, and it shows.
Butt crack is burning. Butt crack is
Okay.
burning.
So, synopsis. I'm pulling it straight from Troma's website rather than make something up myself. Straight from the butt crack. Portly Wade is a happy guy.
Yeah.
He likes to watch television, play video
Fuck
games,
Wade.
and show off his huge arse crack. He likes his roommate Brian. Brian can barely tolerate the repugnant and blissful Wade and his repulsive beltline. When Brian's girlfriend, Annie, refuses to move in with him because of his roommate's baggy pant fetish, Brian gets a little mad and Wade accidentally gets a little dead. After the funeral, Wade's vengeful voodoo goddess sister puts a curse on Brian and zombifies Wade's ass, as well as the rest of him, to haunt and annoy Brian and his friends.
This is not a synopsis. We don't have to talk about the movie.
Brian
now.
decides to enlist the spiritual aid of
Jesus.
the Bible-banging preacher man Bob to help him ward off the evil undead butt
I
crack.
was looking for like a log line.
Wait, what are we going to talk about for the next hour and 55 minutes?
How about some quick takes?
Quick takes.
Chris, while reading that synopsis, you did said baggy pants fetish, and I have a little something called a kink tank.
King tank. Oh no!
Let me just get us in
Get
here.
it in the butt crack, Mike.
Let my
Oh,
love
God.
burn you up. Let my love burn you up.
Have you guys ever heard of pygophilia?
No.
No.
Pygophilia is a fetish that involves being sexually aroused by another person's buttocks. The word pygophilia combines pygo, the ancient Greek word for the rump of an animal, and philia, meaning love. Pygophiles, as they are sometimes called, are not gender specific. The term may describe anyone who is sexually focused on the buttocks. And that has been this edition of Kink Tank.
Then I'm a pygophiliac.
Nice, Paul. Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
But how about some quick takes?
Quick takes.
Paul, quick take.
I don't know if I've ever been so surprised by a movie on this podcast. Maybe with the exception of Big Money Rustlers.
What? Excuse you, what?
Big Money Rustlers.
The Easter film Big Bunny Rustlers?
Big Money Rustlers.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to say, churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the
Oh,
milk
God.
and make it
Oh,
butter.
God.
All right.
Jay, what did you think of this one?
Wow. Thank you, Winnebago man.
Okay. Gonna have some mixed opinions here. Mike!
Hey, Chris, this movie is wackadoo.
Was that something they say in the movie?
That's a quote from
Yeah.
the movie.
It's the one quote I don't remember.
Put a clip in right here so you remember it.
Oh, hey man, that's cool. I'll be in my room playing Atari. You won't even know I'm here. I swear.
Just in case anyone's interested, my quick take is just, nah, 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 gonna have a good time.
Chris, two things. One, sorry I didn't follow through and ask you like we're supposed to do for proper form. B, what the fuck was that?
That was one of the songs that Wade sings. So I might as well get this out of the way. Wade loves to sing.
Burning up with desire. Gonna set you on fire. Hey, I love this song. Can I dance with you guys? Churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and
what are you doing? You're supposed to be a movie.
Milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and make it butter.
Damn it, Wade, kid, I haven't even known without
Churn
you.
the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and make it butter.
Hey, are you
It's so
okay?
good.
Only the strong will survive, sweet mama.
I'm a rock and roll demon and I'm coming for your soul.
Want some French fried potatoes?
This movie is so much better just by him doing that. Like, if he hadn't done that, it honestly might be a little bit boring. But, like, every time he's not talking directly to someone, he's walking into his room with his butt crack showing, singing some ridiculous song. It's so good.
You know, I gotta say,
man.
I was disappointed by the lack of butt crack. To be honest, I mean, you got maybe 1 or 2 inches. I mean, this is a movie called Buttcrack, dude.
Yeah, and
They were very sparing on the butt crack, to be honest.
Yeah. What's with that? Disapprove. Thumbs down emoji on the amount of butt crack.
to be honest, Jay, the fashion of the butt crack hadn't really gotten into swing just yet. Low-rise pants were not a fashion staple until probably just as this was coming out, or really a bit after, and more into the early 2000s. You know, things like the butt crack becoming the cleavage of the, early aughts hadn't really happened yet. J-Lo, in Out of Sight, her butt, hadn't become the focus of the world. Whale tail was kind of a thing, but not the butt crack.
Here's the thing, though. This is my point. If you're gonna name the film Buttcrack, you gotta go for it. It doesn't matter what era you're in.
Well, Jay, think about this. For the time, what we see is an obscene amount of butt crack. If they were to make this today, I think there'd be a lot more butt crack.
I disagree. This isn't the 1950s, man. This is the early 90s. There's butt crack out there.
You guys are missing the point. The point is Wade and his butt crack. It's a proximity issue. The butt crack is too close constantly, and that's what drives our main characters, Brian and Annie, completely crazy and has a negative impact on their relationship.
You're right. You're totally right. I'm just saying, from a filmmaker perspective, I'm going to make a movie called Butt Crack. I'm going to show at least 4 fingers worth of butt crack.
Well, maybe start with an inch in the first act. But by the time we're at Act 3,
Show the butt crack in Act 1. Show
This
3
is true.
times is more
That's true,
butt
yeah.
crack by Act 3.
Chekhov's butt crack.
Yeah. Now, this movie did come out in 1998. Now, Jay, I understand the point you're getting at. If you're going to go crack or go home.
That's what I'm saying.
But it wasn't until 97, which was just as this was being filmed, that Alexander McQueen, famous, fashion designer, sent models down the runway wearing quote-unquote bumsters that did reveal several risque inches of butt crack. But that was just right then when this movie's being made, so there really wasn't the fashion going on about this. This was...
Then you set the trend. Okay, so I guess the bottom line is, are you guys okay with the amount of butt crack that we see?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not, but that's okay. That's why we have this podcast.
I feel less is more.
to debate issues like this.
Would you... So, wait, hold on. Jay, you want more butt crack?
In a movie called Butt Crack, I want more butt crack. I'm sorry.
How about this? Is only 1 or 2 inches of butt crack grosser to you than more butt crack? Is more butt crack less gross?
No, more butt crack in this situation would be more gross. Like, if you did a movie called Piranhas, and you only showed the top of the piranha.
Don't even get me started on Piranha.
Okay, but that's my point. If you have a movie named Piranha, you see piranhas. If you have a movie named Buttcrack, you see a lot of Buttcrack.
Wow, tempers are flaring tonight on B-Movie Mania.
I feel it was tasteful.
Tasteful.
Yeah. Less is more.
Okay, I mean, that's
Thank
fair.
you, Chris.
I say load on the Buttcrack. Load it up.
All joking aside, I think it is less gross to see more crack. I feel like this little bit you get is kind of fucking gross. It seems dirtier for some reason in my brain.
Well, also, sorry, Chris, I know you're trying to get to something here, but part of the whole point here...
This is what the people want.
This is the meat and potatoes.
This is what people want.
Chris already summarized the whole movie, so we're
Someone
fine.
on Apple Podcasts clicked on something called butt crack, and they want to hear us talk about butt crack. So, Paul, what do you have to say?
Part of the whole issue here is that Wade doesn't really understand that he's showing butt crack. So if you were showing a ton of butt crack, you would probably notice more than if you were just showing, the small amount that he is showing.
Yeah,
He doesn't understand what he's doing.
Maybe. I mean, you make a decent point. I'm just saying that it didn't meet what I was looking for. Chris, I know you're trying to get back around to making this thing work and not be a complete mess.
Oh, no.
But I'd like to hear your perspective on the amount of butt crack shown in Buttcrack. Well, how far deep into Buttcrack do you like to go?
Well, I'm willing to go pretty deep into Buttcrack, Jay. And to be honest, I'm pretty good. I'm with Paul on this, that I think the amount of Buttcrack shown was appropriate for the time. And it was believable that, I mean, if you show more Buttcrack, Wade has got to know that he's showing more Buttcrack. He is blissfully ignorant of all of what he's doing to other people. He doesn't understand that the couple inches of butt crack he has on display constantly, he doesn't think there's a problem. I mean, he has faced people. Several characters bring up, hey, pull up your pants. His sister tells him to pull up his pants. Ken, Brian's best friend, who tries to take him out for a movie, tries to tell him to pull up his pants, and Wade thinks the guy's gay and is coming on to him. There's the guy in the Mustang driving by who throws a can at Wade, pissed that he's showing his butt crack. Lots of people don't even like the 2 inches of butt crack that Wade is showing. But Wade doesn't know. He's blissfully unaware.
Right, and I acknowledge all of your points. I think it's a personal preference issue, is what it comes down to. And I'm okay, respectfully, being in the minority here.
Plot be damned. All Jay cares about is wanting to see more of Wade's butt crack.
Listen, it sounds like there's a bit of a divide between us. We got Hutson, Paul, and Mike all saying butt crack levels are fine. Jay, though, wants a good long glimpse and maybe a peek at the hole. And then, so, you know what? That's fine.
I'm just saying, if you're going to set out on a mission to make a film called Buttcrack, swing for the fence.
Now, guys, if I might be serious for a moment,
yes.
I call us all here together because you seem to have a crack addiction, Jay. This is an intervention, and we want to talk about this. So we're all concerned for your health.
Listen, I can stop anytime I want.
I'm just not comfortable with guys looking at me like that. I'd rather have girls like Annie looking at my butt. Oh, what'd you cook?
Jay, the truth is, every episode of this podcast has been a foil to get you into this intervention to talk about your butt crack addiction.
No, I'm not going to rehab.
Yeah. He just walked away.
All 4 seasons. Oh, he's leaving. We got to go grab him. Somebody go grab him. Oh, he's gone. He left. He walked out the door. I'll go get him.
Brian. Yo, Brian.
Huh?
Hey, man, where'd you go? Paris?
What?
Hey, come on. Annie's in a hurry to get back. Some girl thing. I don't know.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
So I think the big thing here is that Brian wants to propose to his girlfriend Annie, but Wade just won't leave them alone. Even though his voodoo sister is coming into town, who can apparently cast a love spell on Annie to make sure that she doesn't leave Brian, because she always seems to be leaving.
Yeah, she's disgusted by the butt crack, as we've mentioned.
Yeah.
And also, real quick, Brian, how did he get the ring? He fucking, drug deal got the ring?
Hey, man, where have you been? Annie's gonna be here any minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was talking to Preacher Man Bob, and I just kind of lost track of time.
Okay, so, did you get it?
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, we see him exchange money for a ring on his doorstep, and then 5 minutes later, his girlfriend shows up who he's going to propose to.
Yeah, it's like they don't have it in a box. Did Ken steal it from someone?
Just a loose engagement ring.
Yeah. But I want to talk for a moment about Wade's sister, who will come into play a little bit later. She is apparently a voodoo priestess. And did anyone catch the ingredients for Wade's sister's love spell?
Yeah, tears from a pregnant woman with pink eye and some vanilla extract.
And it worked on her cousin Vernon, and now he's married to this girl with really big tits.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Paul's biggest goal in life.
I can't find them, guys. I'm sorry. I looked all over the parking lot. I can't find them anywhere.
Big tits?
No, I can definitely find those. I can't find Jay.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He probably saw a butt crack and followed it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So this is where, like, whoa, Jay's back.
Thanks. Welcome back, Jay. Welcome back.
Producer Alex told me to get back in the room.
Dude, I looked all over for you.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, producer Alex. Jay, we're going to get through this.
Mm-hmm.
You're back just in time for the homophobia, Jay.
Oh, come on. Wade sucks.
Yeah, he does.
So Ken's being a bro. I mean, he's there. He's really good friends with Brian. Like, hey, I'll get Wade out for a movie, and you can propose to Annie. It'll be pretty great. But how does Wade take that, guys?
Perfect.
Did anybody say that Ken was the best character in the movie?
No.
Actually, I take that back. He's not, but he's up there.
He's a good guy. He's a real good guy. He's just trying to look out for everyone.
He's a solid dude.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, to answer your question, Wade is a pretty chill roommate. If you have a request, if you need a little alone time, if you need some time with your lady, he is going to oblige. He'll go see a movie. What's the name of the movie?
Hackman 4 just came out on Friday, and I really want to see it. I was reading about it, and in the first 3, he killed guys with a shovel. Well, in this one, he kills guys with a rake, and I really want to see it.
Yeah. But, Wade is not an unreasonable person.
Yeah.
Okay? If I may say so, the unreasonable person, or people, in this entire movie are Brian and Annie. You know what?
Here we go.
If you want to have some alone time, maybe don't hang out on the living room couch. If you want to propose to your girlfriend, the love of your life supposedly, maybe don't do it in the middle of the kitchen. Take your ass out of the house, get away from your roommate, and do something actually romantic.
That is an...
Wayne's a great... I would love to live with Wayne.
Wade is garbage.
You get cool songs all day long. It's great.
Even with the butt crack, Paul?
Yeah. Free Atari.
Oh, God. No. But, yes, Brian should have taken his girlfriend to somewhere nice or done something nice somewhere in order to propose to her, not on a piss-stained couch in their shitty fucking house. I agree.
Okay, well, at least we're on the same page with something here.
Well, yeah, just that, though. Not the other thing. Wade, if I found out Wade had something wrong in his toboggan, I would feel bad for saying it, but I don't like him.
Well, you know what? I think we can all 4 of us agree on one thing. Wade's t-shirt is awesome.
It is pretty great. It is pretty great. Can you describe it, Paul? I totally forgot what it was on it, but it's
You just
great.
said it was great.
It is, but I don't remember what it was.
It's a white t-shirt, because it's the 90s, and there's a black line straight down the middle of the shirt. On each side of the line are 2 sort of stick figure drawings. And I don't exactly know what the difference is between the 2, but they're drawn really poorly. One of them says before, and one of them says after. And I think, if I watched the credits, I think the director of the movie made that t-shirt, and I want one.
Oh, man, I always knew you were gay.
What? Gay? I'm not gay. Jeez, I just wanted to know something.
Are you sure you're not gay? I mean, the way you talk and
What's
all.
wrong with the way I talk? I just wanted to know, why don't you wear a belt?
So thankfully, Wade does not interrupt Brian and Annie. He does not interrupt Brian and Annie's proposal. So she accepts, they start dancing, and Wade comes in then. And Annie she sees his butt crack and starts vomiting everywhere.
Everywhere.
Hold on. Okay, we're skipping a big scene here where a dude with no teeth tries to beat up Wade, and that's important to this plot. He rolls up, he wants him to pull up his pants like everybody else on Earth, and he whips a can at his head.
Let my love burn you up. Let my love burn you up. Gonna set you on fire. Burn you up with desire. Oh, yeah.
Hey, boy! Pull your pants up, you dumb son bitch!
I don't think that's important at all.
It is, because that's the guy in the end who attacks everybody.
Yeah, it is if you don't want to have notes at the end to go, wait, what the fuck is going on? What did I miss? This is what? Hold on. Look, what? Yeah, so.
Paul, if you look into the butt crack long enough, eventually the butt crack will look into you.
Drink, everybody.
Oh, the brown eye sees all.
So Wade is assaulted, walks back singing the entire way.
By the way, I would love if this was the whole movie. What if the entire movie was Wade walking down a road and just cars pulling up and throwing shit at him? It would be so good.
They're like, hey, here's that terrible homophobe. Let's throw a beer can at him.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
That's a fine movie.
Hey, it's Virginia. What do you expect?
I expect it.
Yeah.
But Wade shows up after Brian proposes to Annie, and she accepts. Wade's there and tries to celebrate with him, but his butt crack is everywhere, and Annie vomits everywhere, including on Wade's nicest pants.
Hey, when the music calls, you gotta answer.
He also, I believe in this scene, calls Ken gay again and wants girls like Annie looking at his butt.
Churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and make it butter.
Churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and what are you doing? It's supposed to be a movie. Churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and make it butter.
Annie leaves. Wade decides to take a fucking bath. Brian decides to join him for some reason.
This is when he sings Gotta Love Handle, Chick Boom Boom.
What do you mean he decides to join him? He doesn't join him. Wade's got his AM radio cranked up to 12, and Brian can't handle it.
Does have an AM radio, correct?
And Wade thinks he's hitting on him again.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing in here, you perv?
So, one, the radio is plugged into the kitchen, so Brian could just unplug it in the room he's in. Two, even if he didn't do that, Brian is does not know how to turn an AM radio off. He's like slapping it and hitting it.
Brian's the worst at everything.
So wait, are you saying that Brian did this on purpose?
Yes, I did it. I willed myself into the film and made Brian do it. The film was different until I saw it.
I'm glad I saw your version, Mike.
So what does he do, Mike? What did you cause Brian to do?
Brian bursts into the room. At this point, he's played by Lorenzo Lamas, by the way. He bursts into the bathroom.
That's not true.
Tassels flying behind him just from his jacket. And then he's like, you can't be playing this. It's too loud. And Wade's like, you dang perv, you trying to look at my butt and my balls? I'm gonna make some butter in this here bathtub you hear. I'm gonna make the milk the butter now. And
Didn't
then
say
Brian's
any
like,
of that.
I
He said 10%
refuse to let
of
you
that.
make butter in this bath. And then he grabs the AM radio and it slips out of his hands and he grabs it in midair and then just fucking spikes it into the bathtub. And Wade fucking he gone.
I regret asking you that question, Mike.
You pervo? What are you doing in here? Go get your jolly somewhere else. I don't let guys watch me in the tub. I only might let a girl watch me in the tub, but not guys.
Dude, I was stunned.
You were stunned?
I had no idea. I mean, that is such a astonishing plot twist because obviously Wade is one of the main characters in the movie. And boom, 30 minutes into it, he dies.
Wait, Paul, did you not look at please tell me you went into this whole movie blind?
Of course.
Yes! Okay.
I had no idea, and my jaw hit the floor when Wayne got electrocuted. I'm like, no, I want more songs.
Here's the problem. I mean, yes, Paul, that is a problem if you have not watched the trailer or something.
No.
The problem is this happens halfway through the movie. This should have happened so much earlier.
No.
Oh, so much earlier.
No.
Yes.
I don't agree with you guys on any of this.
I mean,
Wade
no.
should have been dead in the first 30 seconds.
Wade's not God, Paul. We just get into it. He's fine.
Well, we got to talk about the funeral before we get into all that.
Sorry, Chris.
Where we finally meet. Ken has made references to things that Preacher Man Bob says, but we finally meet Preacher Man Bob at the funeral.
Yes.
He was taking a bath and the radio just happened to jump. Radio jumped. The radio jumped into the tub with Brother Wade and it electrocuted him.
Played by Mojo Nixon.
Yes. This is the best character of the film.
Hell yes.
Easy.
Oh, he's the only character.
Mojo Nixon, the psychobilly rock guy.
He gives a hell of a sermon.
Yeah.
He does. He plays the Southern Baptist thing real well.
Real well.
Amen.
It's great.
If you saw the sort of outtakes that played over the end credits, he was talking a little bit, and it sounded like he had a Southern drawl.
He is from Texas, I believe, or maybe North Carolina. One of this. He lives in Texas now.
So it doesn't seem like it was too much of a stretch for him to do this.
Well, no, but he got into that real good preacher voice, though. You know, not just the twang, but the energy, the intensity.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Paul, you're a big fan of Beck, right?
I am definitely a big fan of Beck, one of my all-time favorite musicians.
I hear that Beck did a song in 1994 called Piss on the Door.
Piss on the Door?
Are you familiar with that?
No.
Well, he has a 1994 song called Piss on the Door where he mentions Mojo Nixon.
What? Well, it must have just been like a demo or something, because it's not on any of the albums.
Well, we'll have to track it down. And Chris, you're a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000, are you not?
Oh, yeah, I am. I know where you're going with this one.
Did you know that Mike Nelson has a suitcase monogrammed with the initials MN, which he says he bought at Mojo Nixon's garage sale?
So what I'm getting is, one, that Mojo Nixon's music is really underrated, and two, he has made a career out of being mentioned by other people.
Yeah, I think that is the case. I think he's probably people know his name, not his music.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's very, very vulgar.
And I bet you also people know his name and don't realize it's someone's name until someone goes, yeah, that's a musician. You're just like, oh, I thought that was like a thing Beck made up.
Yeah.
But if you're not familiar with his music, he's got several songs throughout this movie.
Oh, one or two.
Yeah, and they're all pretty great, to be honest.
Now, has he ever did he ever, like in the 90s or 2000s, did he go on tour with the Reverend Horton Heat?
He should have.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because that would make sense to me.
He did a music video with Winona Ryder, though.
Oh my gosh.
So we all did more research on Mojo Nixon than we did this entire film.
I didn't do shit. Never heard of him before. Chris announced Buttcrack the movie.
Wow, I'm surprised, Paul. For as into music as you are.
Well, let me direct you to Amazon, where he has a lot of his music up there.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Go through the link on the website. This is all getting edited out, I'm sure. But if it isn't, go through the link on the website, because that will use our affiliate link, which means if you happen to buy any of Mojo Nixon's wonderful music, we will get a very small 0.5% percentage of that cut. Please. Thank you.
We'll probably get as much as Mojo Nixon gets.
Yeah.
Let's go to the kitchen, get a beer, and get it on with the Lord. Come on, boy!
I think what people, Chris, I'm very sorry, but I think what people need to understand is that all of us are in quarantine. This is the most social interaction I get all week, and that is why we've all been chatty Cathys this season.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just looking to churn the milk and make it butter.
Churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and
what are you doing? You're supposed to be a movie.
and make it butter. Churn the milk and make it butter.
Damn it, Will, can't I have an evening alone without
Churn the
you?
milk and make it butter. Churn the milk.
Hey, Chris, if I may, let me just summarize this up with my notes real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Funeral, period. Mojo Nixon is the preacher. Bathing is important, but nothing to die for.
I also thought that Mojo in this preacher man role may have been a wolfman preacher.
If only.
Oh, he's got big mutton chops. He looks like he's going to turn into... He looks like he's in the process of turning from man to werewolf for the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not the kind of movie this is. This movie is focused solely on butt cracks. And about this time is where we see Wade's sister come over to blame Brian for her brother's death. And she casts a spell.
Butt crack, 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 butt crack.
Stop it!
Isn't that what you called him? Isn't that what you called Wade? Butt crack? Say it 12 times in one breath and then just see what happens.
Wade shall arise from the dead.
Which I didn't understand, because this was not explicitly said when she did the, what'd you call it, Chris?
The spell?
The spell, yeah. Listeners at home, I'm drinking an 8.1% by volume Hurricane over here, so,
nice.
I'm missing out on some details.
Perfect. Welcome to the portion where we do myth busting. Paul, would you please say Buttcrack 12 times with one breath?
Would not,
just for
just in case
you know,
this movie
science
was
sake.
a documentary. I do not want him showing up in my apartment.
You said you'd live with him.
Come on, he's gonna sing some great songs for you, Paul.
Come on, you like Wade.
I would live with him under normal circumstances, but I am in a quarantine right now, and I can only have contact with you three.
Well, what's that? I hear him outside your door, Paul.
Oh shit!
No! Make it better. What are you doing? You're supposed to be a movie.
That's a Buttcrack.
Turn the milk and make it better. Can't I have any more without you? Make it better.
Well, one thing I love, though, after the funeral, everyone goes back home. After the spell is cast and Brian and Annie and Ken all go back to Brian's house, Preacher Man Bob shows up just to check on them. He's a nice guy, just trying to make sure that they're okay. And Ken says some things that I guess he's going to get a private sermon from Preacher Man Bob.
God is in the flowers. God is in the trees. God is in Troy Aikman's knee. God is in Chevy Novas. God is in the little tiny hairs hanging off your buttocks. Ken, God is everywhere, young man.
Is he in urine?
That's a great scene because it looks like Mojo Nixon is at least in part improvising that, and there's a part where gets stuck and he's like, God is in, and he's sort of like looking up at the ceiling or whatever, and he's like trying to figure out what to say, and he goes, Trident sugar-free gum. It's so good.
Ken just keeps asking Preacher Man Bob if God and Satan are in urine also.
Yeah, what is that?
He just wants to know about urine. Maybe Ken is a little weird. Like, maybe he's got some kinks.
Ken's definitely weird. He's wearing a 9 Inch Nails t-shirt. Need I say more?
He likes to be peed on. I had that shirt, Paul. Thank you very much.
Well, and Paul, more importantly, in an earlier scene, Ken was looking at like a Viewmaster disc from the 80s, and it was an ALF Viewmaster disc.
There's a lot of really fun little details in this movie.
Can we get to the reception, please? The just awesome reception that they throw in their living room?
Hey, you're the one who wants to make this a 2-hour-long episode.
All right, so Preacher Man preaches in the kitchen. Then we cut to the cemetery. Wade's sister gets him out of the ground. He comes up with the classic shot of the hand coming out of the ground, the dirty hand. It
should have been his butt crack coming out of the ground.
It really should have been a butt crack.
Yeah, this was a real missed opportunity. When he crawls out of the grave, there's no butt crack.
Yeah. There's not. That's another thing. Yeah, he walks away toward his house. There is zero butt crack. I think he even pulls his pants up.
No. His sister tells him to pull his pants up. There is a little bit of butt crack, and she goes, pull your pants up. And so he pulls his pants up.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, look, if we haven't made this clear to everyone yet, this movie did not cost a lot of money to make, I assume, because we are getting very close, if not officially, in the low-budget last quarter of the season here on B-Movie Mania.
Jeez, Paul.
This is just words that you're saying.
One of the things that I appreciated was that this movie was pretty low budget, Do
you think he was paid by the butt crack shot?
I'm gonna...
Well, Paul, what I'm wondering is if you're insinuating that Wade was paid per butt crack shot, and that's why he doesn't show his butt crack when he's walking away from the grave.
Well, I'm going to say, though, that I would say most of the budget went towards Mojo Nixon and his, rights to the music.
Probably.
Quite possibly, yeah. Yeah, the other question about that, Chris, that's interesting is that seemingly Wade is singing a lot of songs because if you watch the end credits, all the songs are sort of in there as like, copyright this song.
Did you see the name of the writer for all those songs, Paul?
No.
Jim Larson.
Oh, it's the writer of the film.
Okay.
The director.
That's fantastic because I'm like, what are all these songs? I love all of them.
He's just saying stuff like there's let my love burn you up. That could have been complete improv.
No, I understand that, but like the way that they presented it in the end credits was that they were copywriting
songs.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Okay.
So while Preacher Man Bob is in the house, Annie and Brian decide to interrupt Preacher Man Bob's personal sermon to Ken to ask him to marry them.
Yeah.
We get a nice little wedding in this movie, and an amazing reception.
Get thee behind me, Master of Evil.
What?
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
I will say, Chris, that I wrote this in my notes that I was actually curious at this point in the movie to see what would happen when Wade got home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it had me there.
Hey, you know what? I have to put this out there. Brian and Annie, what a bullshit couple. Just boring, just as white milquetoast, just dull as you can possibly get. He can't be bothered to take her out of the fucking kitchen to propose to her. Just a jackass couple.
Well, Paul, back then they didn't have The Office to watch on repeat, so there wasn't much else to do.
So they didn't have any guidelines of how to propose? What do you mean?
No, about how to be boring.
Oh, wow.
Well, what's interesting about this scene, let's back up a little bit, is that Annie suggests that they take advantage of Preacher Man Bob while he's there and get married. But she goes on this rant against Wade, and she says Buttcrack 12 times in one breath.
Yeah.
The one who hated Wade's Buttcrack the most is the one who brought his Buttcrack back.
Yeah, I guess that's important.
I don't know. Once a butt crack, always a butt crack. There are butt cracks in this world like he was. People who don't have enough sense to keep their pants pulled up to cover their private parts like they're butt cracks. And then there are non-butt cracks, people like us who have enough sense not to show our butt cracks to the world. I mean, after all, who wants to look at another person's butt crack? I know I don't want to look at people's butt crack. I think butt crack is a state of mind. You either have enough sense to hide your butt crack, or you're too stupid to realize that everyone can see your butt crack. When I think of Wade, all that comes to mind is his butt crack.
And I mean, for good reason that she hated his butt crack. It almost wrecked her entire relationship. She puked all over the floor. You know, his butt crack was all up in her business. I mean, literally, when he was doing churn the milk and make it butter, like his crack was in her face.
God damn it.
But I love how Wade comes back and no one notices at first because they're too busy dancing and celebrating the wedding. Wade walks back and forth a couple times and then decides everybody's dancing, and he starts dancing with everyone and singing his little songs.
Doesn't he take a bath?
Yes, he takes a bath first.
He goes in and takes a bath, and then Annie has to pee. They all have to pee, and so if you look, there's dirt.
Right.
In the bathtub.
Yeah. Another reason I can't stand Brian and Annie, they're so gross constantly. They're here's the thing. Here's what it is. They think they're in love, but I guarantee you, they've barely been with anyone else, and they have no goddamn idea what they're doing. But they think that they're going to be together for the rest of their lives. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of hogwash. And they go into the bathroom. Brian goes in the bathroom. He's got to pee. And they're making out in the bathroom because they see each other. It's just it's like they're 14 years old, but they're like, they're close to 30. It's a dog shit relationship. And I'm very sorry to go off on this, but I just couldn't stand him the entire time.
I'm glad no one interrupted you, Paul, because I feel like we're really making progress now.
Hey, Paul, everyone's got to get married once.
What are you talking? This is not my intervention.
Isn't it, though? It sounds like there's a lot of projecting going on here.
Wait, with the thing you did earlier, when you walked out, was that a ploy? Was that fake?
Well, all I'm saying is you seem to be projecting a lot. And I think we're peeling back the layers of the onion here with this butt crack thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of subtext in this movie about like having a relationship that is built on lies. And, that's something that I had to deal with when I was younger. I've worked myself through it. Thank you very much. This is not about me.
Hey, Jay, I think you meant to say we're spreading back the cheeks of the butt.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. But at some point, Wade decides to join in with the dancing, and that's when everyone realizes Wade is back.
Churn the milk and make it butter.
Churn the milk and make it butter. Preacher Man Bob is really into killing him, too.
Yeah.
What I love about this, though, is that Preacher Man Bob does not think Wade is evil. It's his sister.
Yeah. Wade is the victim. It's not Wade's fault. But he still has to die.
So they decide they need to kill him again and put him back into the grave.
They beat him to undeath with like frying pans and shit here to like, I guess, get him unconscious, even though he's dead, in order to take him out to his grave and bury him again. Which the whole time I'm thinking like, he's dead. He's just going to get back up again.
Well, he is. Yeah, don't victim blame this.
And his sister explains that Wade's just a nice guy. He has nothing against Brian. Wade just wants to find the peaceful place.
I guess I'll get my revenge.
Good.
I'm only doing this because I want to get back to where it's peaceful. I'm not really mad at Brian or anything.
Wade,
Huh?
pull your pants up.
Well, they go back, and everyone's worried that Wade will come back, and Preacher Man Bob gives some sound advice. I mean, even though the Bible doesn't cover zombie resurrections, he wishes it did, but it doesn't.
Ken has to pee again here, like a racehorse.
What you should do is just chop his arms and his legs off. I mean, just hack him up. That way he won't be able to go anywhere if he does come back.
Sound logic.
And then Preacher Man Bob takes off. Mojo Nixon out of the movie.
Boo. Not forever.
So they take him to the cemetery. I don't know what happens after that. He comes back, and then there's a big fight scene.
Do you guys think Ken has one of those real low flows?
Yes. Ken's whole life is low flow.
So Wade comes out of the grave again, and he's walking down after the, advice from his sister. And that guy who tried to beat him up earlier comes out of nowhere again.
Yes.
Hits him with a can or some shit again. But he sees the butt crack.
This guy's awesome.
And he becomes like a zombie or some shit. He just runs off.
He comes back.
That is a creative way to make zombies.
You look at the butt crack, you're zombified. And it becomes it becomes a pretty tense scene in a few minutes.
Yeah, scene. Just one. The whole movie builds to this one scene.
The third act of the film is a single scene.
Well, Jay, do you want to talk about the last scene, the climactic scene?
Like the guy just attacks Annie, right, in the house.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who was going to beat up Wade comes in and starts smacks her real hard, knocks her out.
Does any of this make any sense?
No, it makes no sense. But everyone makes it back to Brian's house.
The showdown.
Yeah, the guy who didn't like Wade shows up zombified. Wade's there. It just becomes a free-for-all, and it's so weird. And Annie sees the butt crack, and she turns into a zombie.
And I will say, and I guess in Paul's defense of Wade, I believe, tries to help Brian and Annie.
Yeah, well, he has to be the one to kill Brian, otherwise he'll never be at peace.
That's true. Well, according to his sister.
According to his sister.
All a lie.
But I think we're burying the lead here. In some sort of bizarre Medusa-style situation, if you look at Wade's butt crack, you turn into a zombie. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what happens.
What is that?
It's a side effect of the spell. Well known in the Wicca circles.
Wow.
And I love it that Ken even warns Brian, don't look at the butt crack. But Ken looks at the butt crack. What can you do?
He does it immediately.
Paul, how do you feel about Annie seeing the butt crack, becoming a zombie, and killing her husband, Brian?
I don't want to see anybody die, okay? Look, that's not what I want for them. I'm just saying what I think that they should have done was dated a while longer, because it seems like they haven't been dating very long. I mean, you can go 4 or 5 years, make sure that it's the right decision for both of you. If you want to get married, if you want kids and all that stuff, fine, do that.
Live together first.
But after that, it just seems like they jumped into things a little too soon. But, the butt crack stuff, whatever.
I can't wait for the spin-off podcast where Paul gives marriage advice.
B-movie marriage advice.
B-movie marriage advice!
I mean, I'll do it. Hey, I shot weddings for 10 years, and I have been married. I know what's up. I know when to do it. I know when not to do it.
You can't kill me. I will not die. Not now. Not ever. No, never. Out of my way, go gonna live a long time. My soul is on forever.
Preacher Man Bob shows up with a shotgun and kills everyone. Except Brian, who dies.
He's trying to save him. He's a great roommate.
I was pretty surprised that everybody died like that.
Yeah, everybody died except for Preacher Man Bob. But he does go and face down Wade's sister.
Yes, he finds her at the cemetery. Right?
Yeah, it's not even really face her down. He walks up to the car she's sitting in and shoots her with a shotgun 8 times, I think.
And says, when you mess with God, you mess with me, honey bunny.
Well, she had it coming. She caused this whole thing.
Should we burn all of his stuff? Would that rid the house of all evil?
Brother Ken, I'm getting sick and tired of explaining to you that Wade's not the problem. He's not evil. It's his sister. Holy.
Oh, yeah, but shouldn't we burn all of his stuff anyway?
Brother Ken, me and you are going to have a special spiritual counseling session.
There should be a spin-off with Preacher Man Bob. Call it Preacher Man Bob.
Oh,
Go have him hunt werewolves or something.
That's not a bad idea. I assume Mojo Nixon is still alive.
He is. I mean, much older now.
Yes,
but...
He's got that look, though, where he probably looks way cooler now.
Well, we put a picture on the website, so you can see what Mojo looks like now.
I didn't.
Well, no, but...
Well, I did. Well, we all know who did. I did. Well, Jay, you might have too.
I might have if I posted this episode.
Okay, the movie's not quite over because
God.
there is a family who was looking. This is 1 year later. We get a Battlestar Galactica sort of thing.
This is the most important part of the film.
This is the horror stinger. The horror stinger. You need it.
It's so good.
Mike, I want you to describe the most important part of the film.
All right. Imagine this. Imagine the movie didn't exist, but it was just a short film that was this. Because that's how I like to think of it. A family, an older man and his wife and their 30-year-old son walk up to a graveyard. Walk up to a grave, and the old man and the son are thrilled to find this tombstone of Wade Jenkins, the Buttcrack killer. sorry, no, the Buttcrack guy. And so they tell the story as if it was like a legend. And the wife just keeps asking questions, and the son and the dad are excited. The dad's gonna make a coffee table book. They explain all the lore, and it slowly reveals the lore. And I just kept picturing this as if it was some sort of a sketch that would have been fucking hilarious.
Wait, Mike, you need to back up for 1 second. The dad is making a coffee table book of notorious grave sites in Northern Virginia.
Yes.
Which is, I would buy in a heartbeat.
It's very good.
It's amazing.
It's fantastic. And so they're filming at this actual graveyard where it says Wade Jenkins. So then I looked up obituaries for Wade Jenkins.
Well, there's probably a few.
Let me tell you this.
God.
I'll just say this. If you type Wade Jenkins, Virginia, into Google, the top 3 matches are obituaries, so you're gonna find something, everyone.
Oh my God.
I liked this end of the film. I wish that's all it was.
That sounds like your review. Did we move into reviews or ratings?
Well, we will in a moment, but I want to say the movie's over. But did anyone else watch the short clip, I think it's only like 5 minutes long, of Lloyd Kaufman at a convention, and he's hunted down by Charles Band because Lloyd Kaufman owes Charles Band a copy of Buttcrack. So Charles Band walks to this convention with a camera, and he confronts Lloyd Kaufman, demanding his copy of Buttcrack that was promised him.
Like jokingly?
Oh, it's total jokingly, because you can tell they're on like good terms.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a pretty good clip, but it's like there's little banter and stuff, and it's I don't know how planned it was, but I think it's Charles Band just wanting to give Lloyd Kaufman crap for being sold out of copies of Buttcrack at the last convention they were at together.
Well, it sounds like we need to post that below.
So we need to post that video below. Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. And it's pretty good. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe, Jay and Paul, you met Charles Band?
This is true.
That is correct. Yes, we did meet Charles Band. Thank you for bringing that up, Chris.
Well, if only there was some sort of proof that you guys had met Charles Band.
Well, we have the photo. We'll post the photo.
There's a photo?
Yeah, there is a photo. We'll post it. I know.
Yeah, perfect.
We've not ever posted this photo before. Paul and I like to keep it to ourselves, but we do have a photo with Charles Band.
Cool.
Guys, in the 80s, how much fucking shitty coke do you think Lloyd Kaufman and Charles Band did together?
Off of butt cracks.
Rating time.
I want to rate this in a phrase that someone said. I can't even remember who said it at this point. I didn't write it down. I don't fucking remember. But we're going to rate it from 1 to 100 freight trains of love.
That sounds like a Mojo Nixon type thing.
It really does.
So, Jay.
Oh, man, I don't want to go first on this one. I am so unprepared. For this rating. Let me get comfortable here. Okay, so it's well documented my grievance with the amount of butt crack in the film.
Oh, Paul, you remember the beginning of the podcast, like the first half of it?
I don't know what you're talking about. You remember the first 25 minutes of the podcast?
Just rewind the episode. So, but I'm going to set that aside because that's well documented. I did like that they did use bloopers for credits. That was
what
nice.
a bonus! Look at this review. This film we just watched. Well, these bloopers for credits. I guess that's a plus.
I just said that.
I was mocking you.
Oh. Jeez. Okay, there was a point where I got interested. It took a long time for me to get into this movie.
Most of the movie?
I told you, after Wade was dead.
Yeah.
I thought it was I thought it was fairly boring until Wade died. And then I was interested to see where it would go. I did like Mojo Nixon a lot. It had a very quick and furious ending that I was surprised by. So, all in all, this is definitely not the worst thing we've seen, for sure.
No.
There are some very enjoyable parts of this movie. I'm going to say 62 Freight Trains of Love.
62. All right. Mike, how does your score stack up?
The first half of the movie was annoying. The last half of the movie was... The final scene, the fight scene, had a bunch of good stuff in it that they didn't use for the other movie. We didn't even talk about the pulled out arm, the special effects and the makeup for everyone who became zombies was actually pretty decent. And all that stuff was fucking great. But the rest of it had funny songs a guy sang annoyingly. 49 Freight Trains of Love.
Wow. Oh my God. I'm surprised.
It's just on that side of you don't need to watch it, but if you're watching it with a bunch of drunk friends, it could be fun. That's what that review is. That's what that rating is. 49. It's on that side.
Fair enough. Paul, what do you think?
There's two types of Troma movies, right? The first type of Troma movie is ones that were actually made by Troma. So, Toxic Avenger, obviously, Poultrygeist,
Sergeant Kabuki Man,
Romeo and Juliet, all that stuff. Fine, those movies obviously have their fans. Lloyd is our narrator. We love you, Lloydie. And then the other type of Troma movie are the ones that I think are the ones that Troma picks up. They purchase them and distribute them under the Troma label, which I think this movie falls under, right? Because this does not seem like a movie that Troma made. Basically, the way that you can tell is Lloyd Kaufman in it or not? Okay. So I think the reason that this movie really works for me is because it's not super hammy. They relatively take themselves seriously. And I think that that's what makes it really work a lot better. You can take issue with if you want to, but
I'd agree.
I thought it was really fun. I thought it was relatively well done for the mid to late 90s. I laughed way more than like a lot of other stuff that we've seen recently on the podcast. I fucking loved it. I loved it. And I was stunned. I'm like, God damn it. I mean, I put this on like at 4:45 p.m. Like I put it off to the last second. I'm like, holy shit. I'm going to go, what's the rating system, Chris?
Freight Trains of Love.
Freight Trains of Love. I'm going to go 84 Freight Trains of Love.
Nice. Wow.
Holy shit. What about you, Hutson?
I went into this not expecting much at all. I mean, my girlfriend picked this.
Fiance. Jesus Christ.
Fiance.
Yeah, we need to talk to her about this. Can we get her on for a second?
Is this because you didn't propose to her in such an elaborate way as Brian did?
Yes. Okay. My fiance picked this because she saw this in my Amazon list. She saw this on my Amazon list and thought, you've got to pick this for the show. And I had another pick ready to go, but she was insistent that I would go for this one.
Oh, wow.
So I thought, okay, I got to keep the fiance happy. I'm gonna pick this one. And through some talking with you guys, which one should I pick? You guys didn't know what I was going to pick, but what you kind of told me is that this was going to be the way to go. I did not have very high expectations for this movie. I went in, I did watch the trailer, but I went in blind, besides that. And I was very, very surprised at how much fun this movie was. Like, Wade made the whole movie. Mojo Nixon is fucking classic. He's so great. This movie would be a blast with friends to watch because it's short and it's sweet and there's not a lot of meat to this, but it goes by pretty quickly, and it's just so ridiculous. Everyone plays it pretty straight, but it's just fucking absurd. Wade is fucking awesome. You know, I'm not going to go as high as Paul, but I'm going to go 78 Freight Trains of Love.
It's respectable.
I dug the shit out of this movie. I thought it was pretty good.
You dug the shit out of that butt
I dug
crack.
the shit out of this butt crack.
On the next episode of B-Movie Mania.
A lot of things are unexpected.
True.
The quarantine, perhaps. Unexpected. Other things. There's nothing else but quarantine right now, so I don't know what else is unexpected anymore. So, as Paul may or may not have mentioned before, we're kind of leaning towards some real low-budget garbage here.
Hashtag LBLQ. That's low-budget last quarter.
Hey, Paul, just because I said your name didn't mean I asked you to fucking speak.
Oh.
Okay, so anyway, I've been wanting to show one of this guy's movies, and he is one of the most prolific B-movie filmmakers that somehow very few people have heard of, and it is baffling to me. I have decided that I am going to show you guys an epic film, an absolute fucking epic film that is this guy's passion project that came out in 2003. At this point, at 2003, he had made 200 films.
Oh my God.
Or no, I mean, up until now. This guy has made so many fucking movies. His name is Stephen Grew. Have you heard of this man?
No.
Yes, I think I have.
Stephen Grew, his big passion project is a film that I'm asking you guys to watch, is the 2003 film The Unexpected Race.
What?
A young woman must live with her father, who she has not seen in 15 years. While she rekindles her relationship with him, she discovers that Lytherin, an elf, lives in the forest.
What?
She finds out that Lytherin's people were massacred by a renegade FBI agent. She falls in love with him, but he must choose to stay or leave.
What the fuck?
Guys, listen to me. This film has an elf with ears in a really shitty apartment. And
oh my God.
I do tell you it is the 2003 version of this film because he just very recently remade it with Jack Black in it, everyone. So you gotta watch 2003's The Unexpected Race starring Stephen Grew and other people. But holy shit, guys, you're in for a fucking ride.
Oh my God.
Wow.
This looks fun.
Chris, you just listened to the beginning of low budget last quarter of season 4 of B-Movie Mania.
God fucking damn it.
Let's do this thing.
And there also seems to be a documentary about this guy called The Insufferable Grew, the most prolific filmmaker you've never heard of.
Hey guys, I gotta pee pretty bad because of the hurricane.
Like a racehorse?
Yeah, so okay,
Jay, where can people give us a 5-star review?
On any podcasting service that you're probably listening to this on. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you can rate us somehow on it. And that would be really great if you could leave us some kind words. That really helps with all those algorithms, helps us get noticed, and it, just helps grow our audience, which we really appreciate.
Do you think people should buy a t-shirt?
I think they probably should. We have lots of designs. We got that sweet Crankin' Rankin' shirt from Green Slime. We have the Green Slime shirt out right now, which is fantastic.
What about social media? Can people follow us and find out what's going on in the world of B-Movie Mania?
Look up for B-Movie Mania podcast. You'll find us on all the stuff. We're on there.
Well, thanks again, everyone, for listening to us drone on and on about Buttcrack.
Oh, goodness.
Our episode is probably longer than the movie, but...
Churn the milk and make it
But
butter.
thank you,
Churn
Mojo
the milk
Nixon.
and make
Goodbye.
It butter. Churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and make it butter. Churn the milk and make it butter. Bye.
Listen up, maniacs. Do you have a question or a comment? Would you like to send some bourbon to Uncle Lloydie? You can contact the gang on Facebook at B-Movie Mania. You can also drop them a line at bmoviemania.com. Reach out. Touch them. They're touching themselves. And they might just reach back. I'm Lloyd Kaufman saying, see you next time on B-Movie Mania. Woohoo!
He procrastinates. He needs to know he has to do this very soon.
Yeah, he's hearing this right now for the first time, like 12 hours before the episode airs.
He's sweating. He's drinking Old Granddad, feverishly trying to edit this thing, and then he realizes he has to do another episode.
Sweating.
Yeah, Hudson, these words right now.
Yeah, you could make it a hashtag if you want. Hashtag Buttcrack Granddad.
Hey, Chris, right now, as you're hearing this for the first time, please message the group text Buttcrack Granddad, and we'll know that you just heard this.